Picture this. You're on your first ever gondola ride in Venice.
Oh, wow. Great.
It's this breathtakingly beautiful day, and you pull out your phone to take a selfie, just to capture the moment.
Naturally. As you do.
Yeah. But your grip slips.
Oh, no.
And in one split second, the phone just drops. A splash. And with that single splash, 14,000 irreplaceable photos are gone forever.
Oh, man.
No warning. Just gone.
It's the kind of stomach-dropping moment that genuinely makes you feel physically ill, just thinking about it.
Exactly. Because we aren't just talking about a piece of hardware, sinking to the bottom of the Grand Canal. For Christy, who is the woman from that actual story, she didn't just lose a phone.
Right. She lost her data.
She lost photos of her kids growing up. She lost the images from the last birthday she ever celebrated with her late father.
14,000 moments.
Yeah, 14,000 moments she had lived and loved, all stored on a single piece of glass and metal that just fit in the palm of her hand.
It's terrifying when you frame it like that.
It really is.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Deep Dive. Today is March 31st, which is observed globally as World Backup Day.
Yes, it is.
And to mark the occasion, we're exploring this vital and honestly surprisingly emotional guide provided by the cybersecurity experts over at BeSecurityAware.com.
And they put together just an incredible piece of work here. They take something that most of us view as, this boring, highly technical chore data management, and they reframe it entirely around what's actually at stake.
Which is the visual record of your life.
Exactly.
Which brings us to a direct warning for you, the person listening to us right now. If your entire photo library is only sitting on the phone that is likely, in your hand or your pocket, or sitting on the desk next to you at this exact moment, you are exactly one bad moment away from being Christy.
Yeah, the uncomfortable reality here is that Christie's story in Venice, it isn't some rare freak accident.
Right, we think, oh, I'm not going to Venice anytime soon.
But it's a statistical inevitability. Every single year, Americans alone lose or break over 50 million smartphones.
50 million. I mean, I just want to pause on that because the scale is really hard to wrap your head around.
It's massive.
That is nearly one smartphone lost or destroyed every single second of every single day.
Yeah. 1, 2, boom. Another phone gone.
Yeah.
And the reason that is an absolute catastrophe is because of how our behavior has shifted over the last decade or so.
Oh, so.
Well, today, 94% of all photos taken are shot on smartphones. The flash memory chips in your phone, they're soldered directly onto the main motherboard.
Oh, so they're physically attached.
Physically fused. And, more importantly, they're heavily encrypted by default. We demand privacy, which is good, obviously, so manufacturers lock these devices down.
Makes sense.
But that means the moment water shorts out the main circuitry or a severe impact shatters the motherboard, the decryption key is destroyed.
So wait, even if you retrieve the physical phone and you take it to one of those super expensive data recovery labs, they can't just scrape the memory chips?
Usually no. Without the functioning hardware to actually decrypt the data, those 14,000 photos just look like scrambled random digital noise.
Wow.
Yeah, no clever data recovery software is going to magically piece that back together. A short circuit essentially acts like an industrial shredder for your data.
That is a massive blind spot in our daily behavior because the source notes the average user is carrying around between 2,000 and 2,800 photos at any given time.
At least.
Right. And I have to point out the absolute absurdity of human psychology here. It's a thin piece of glass designed for extreme portability. I mean, it goes into the bathroom and balances on the slippery edge of the sink.
Guilty.
It gets left on cafe tables where it can be snatched in half a second. It gets forgotten in gym shorts and, runs through a heavy cycle in the washing machine. We are trusting our most precious, irreplaceable memories to literally the single most physically vulnerable object we own.
Which brings up a really fascinating psychological aspect of data loss that the source dives into.
Yeah.
When people actually experience this, when the phone shatters on a concrete sidewalk or sinks in a lake, what they end up mourning usually surprises them.
It's not the highly curated stuff, is it? It's not the stuff we post online.
People don't generally mourn the staged holiday portraits where, everyone is wearing matching sweaters. They usually don't even mourn the professional wedding shots or the graduation photos.
Because they're backed up.
Because those are almost always shared. They're emailed to relatives or they're posted on social media or they're printed out and framed. They exist elsewhere.
So what leaves that lingering, just empty feeling then?
They mourn the mundane, the everyday, in-between moments that can never, ever be recreated. It's the random Tuesday afternoon they completely forgot they even photographed until it was gone.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The texture of their daily existence.
You can't stage that again. You can't go back and recreate the exact mess of a Tuesday morning from 5 years ago. Once the device is gone and there's no backup, those moments simply cease to exist anywhere except in the fading biological memories of the people who were there. It is so heavy.
It is. We have to stop thinking about this as losing gigabytes or managing storage space. We're talking about losing the irreplaceable record of an actual life.
I know anyone listening to this is probably feeling their chest tighten right about now, but here's the paradox.
Okay.
Why aren't we all walking around in a constant state of panic? Because I know why I don't. I have this built-in psychological defense mechanism where I tell myself, I'm fine, I have iCloud, or I have Google Photos.
A magical cloud.
Exactly. We assume the cloud is this omnipotent, unbreakable safety net that just handles our lives in the background.
And that assumption is the single most dangerous vulnerability a smartphone user has today.
Really?
Yes. The I have iCloud defense is a total illusion for a massive percentage of the population.
Mm-hmm.
Cybersecurity experts refer to this as a silent failure. It is a disaster that happens months before you actually realize it.
Okay, I am definitely guilty of blindly trusting that little cloud icon. So how does a silent failure actually happen? Because my phone seems to be working just fine.
The mechanics of it are actually tied to business models. Both Apple and Google offer a limited tier of free storage to, onboard you into their ecosystem.
Right, the free bait.
Exactly. Apple gives you 5 gigabytes, Google gives you 15 gigabytes. 10 years ago, that was a lot.
Sure.
Today, with high-resolution, multi-megapixel cameras, 4K video recording, and features like live photos, where every single picture is actually a hidden 3-second video, a single year of just average photo taking will blow right past those free limits.
I've definitely seen that pop up, the storage full one. But here's my pushback as a user. When I see that warning, I dismiss it, I open my camera, and my phone takes a picture perfectly fine.
Right.
So my brain just says, oh, it must not be a real problem.
And that is exactly where the trap snaps shut. Your phone keeps taking pictures perfectly fine because it's saving them to the physical internal memory of the device. What stops instantly and completely is the automatic backup to the cloud. The bridge is cut.
Oh.
Now, the system will try to warn you.
Yeah.
You get the annoying pop-ups, you get emails.
But we suffer from warning fatigue. I mean, we're in the middle of sending a text or scanning a boarding pass at the airport, and we just hit later or dismiss just to get the alert off our screen.
We brush it away, and then life goes on. The photos keep piling up on the physical glass device in your pocket, completely unprotected. Months pass. Maybe an entire year passes. You still think, I have iCloud, because you set it up when you bought the phone. Then the phone breaks, or it gets stolen. You log into your cloud account on a new computer, expecting to see all the photos from your recent vacation, and you realize your backup quietly halted 14 months ago. Everything taken since that day is just gone.
That is brutal. It's a false sense of security that actually prevents you from taking real action. But let's say I'm the responsible user. Let's say I pay the monthly fee for extra storage. My cloud sync is running perfectly. I have hundreds of gigabytes of free space. I'm bulletproof then, right?
Unfortunately, no. And this brings us to the danger of relying purely on two-way synchronization.
I've heard that term two-way sync. It sounds like a good thing, like my devices are talking to each other.
They are talking to each other, and that is precisely the vulnerability.
Wait, why?
Because iCloud and Google Photos are primarily two-way synchronization services. This means the cloud and your device are constantly mirroring each other's actions. If you take a photo on your phone, it appears in the cloud. Great. But conversely, if a photo is deleted from your phone, the system immediately syncs that deletion command to the cloud. It removes the photo from both places simultaneously.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm piecing this together. This feature was designed purely for user convenience, wasn't it?
Entirely.
The idea is if I take 10 bad selfies on my phone and I delete 9 of them, Apple doesn't want me to have to go to my iPad later and delete those same 9 bad selfies again. So it mirrors the deletion everywhere.
That is the exact engineering logic. It provides a seamless user experience across all your screens.
But that convenience is essentially a massive vulnerability disguised as permanent storage. It's a mirror, not a vault. If you smash the mirror on one end, it shatters everywhere.
A mirror, not a vault, is the perfect analogy. Just think about the real-world implications of that mirror. If you hand your phone to a curious toddler at a restaurant, just to keep them quiet, and they start mashing buttons in your photo gallery and delete an entire album from 3 years ago,
Oh, no.
That deletion happens in the cloud too. Or, a much more common scenario. You're trying to download a new app, your phone says it's out of local storage, and you haphazardly hit clear storage, or optimize, without fully reading the confusing prompts. Suddenly, thousands of photos vanish from your phone and your cloud backup simultaneously.
Now, in fairness to the tech companies, the source does mention there is a tiny grace period built in for this, right? It's not like an instantaneous permanent wipe.
Yes, thankfully they realize the danger of the mirror. Most of these services have a recently deleted folder. When you delete something, it sits there in a recoverable state for 30 to 60 days.
Okay, so that's a lifeline.
It is, but here's the catch that burns people. If you don't realize the photos were deleted in the first place, which is almost always the case with accidental deletions or, a toddler mashing buttons, you won't know to go look in that folder.
Right, because you think they're still there.
Exactly. You miss the 30 to 60-day window, the system automatically purges the folder to save space, and the files are gone forever.
So, to summarize the absolute terror of the modern smartphone experience, the physical phone is a fragile piece of hardware that we accidentally drop in canals.
Yep.
And the single cloud service we all assume is saving us is either silently failing because we ran out of space, or it's a two-way mirror that will happily permanently delete our memories if we make a wrong tap.
When you lay it all out like that, it sounds dire. But understanding those mechanics is the first step to actual security.
I am thoroughly stressed out. So let's pivot to the solution.
Let's do it.
If the phone is fragile and the cloud is just a mirror, how do we actually build an unbreakable vault for our memories? How do the professionals handle this without making it a full-time job?
The good news is you don't need a degree in computer science. Security professionals rely on a foundational framework called the 3-2-1 rule. It originated in enterprise IT, but it is the absolute gold standard for personal data.
The 3-2-1 rule. Break that down for us in simple terms.
It dictates that you need to keep 3 copies of your data. You store them on 2 different types of media, and you keep at least one of those copies off-site, meaning geographically separate from your physical home.
Okay, 3 copies, 2 types of media, 1 off-site. For the average person taking photos of their dog, what does that practically look like?
Well, the cybersecurity experts at BeSecurityAware.com translated this into a very actionable 3-layer backup system specifically designed for smartphone photos. It takes all the stress out of the equation.
Let's walk through those layers. How do I build layer 1?
Layer 1 is the daily net. This is your automatic cloud backup. It should be running constantly in the background, catching new photos the second you take them. Your immediate homework is to open your settings today and verify it is actually working and not in a state of silent failure.
So if I'm on an iPhone, I go to Settings, tap my name at the top, hit iCloud, then Photos, and just make sure Sync this iPhone is toggled on.
Yes. And if you are on an Android, open the Google Photos app, tap your profile icon in the corner, go to Settings, then Backup, and confirm it's enabled. And regarding those storage limits we discussed,
Yeah.
you have to pay for the space. Just accept it as a utility bill. It is the cheapest insurance policy you'll ever buy in your life.
Right. If your iCloud is full, it's 99 cents a month for 50 gigabytes. Google starts at $1.99 a month for 100 gigabytes. I mean,
Right.
we spend more than that on a single cup of coffee, yet we hesitate to spend it to protect a decade of irreplaceable memories. It's wild.
It is wild.
Oh, and the source has a fantastic bonus tip for iPhone users here, don't they?
They do. If you use an iPhone, you aren't restricted to Apple's ecosystem. You can download the Google Photos app from the App Store. You can actually set it up so your phone automatically syncs to both iCloud and Google Photos simultaneously.
Wow.
That gives you redundant cloud backups, 2 separate mirrors right out of the gate.
That is a brilliant safety net. Okay, so layer 1 is the daily cloud net. We paid the $2, we sync it up. What is layer 2?
Layer 2 is the physical vault. Remember, cloud services are incredibly convenient, but they rely on your monthly subscription staying active. They rely on your credit card not expiring, your account not getting hacked, and the company's servers staying online.
A lot of variables.
Exactly. Layer 2 isolates you from all of those digital risks. Every few months, you need to copy your camera roll to a physical external hard drive.
Okay, I have to stop you there because I can hear the collective groan of the audience.
I know.
Copying files to a physical external hard drive. That feels very, 2005. Are you seriously telling me that in an era of artificial intelligence and gigabit wireless networks, the ultimate security solution involves buying a plastic brick and plugging in a USB cable? It feels like telling me to print out my emails and put them in a filing cabinet.
I completely understand the resistance, but that plastic brick provides something the cloud never can: total sovereign physical control. A hard drive sitting in your desk drawer is completely air-gapped from the internet.
Yeah, air gap.
Right. It cannot be hacked by someone in another country. They cannot be locked out because an algorithm decided you violated a terms of service agreement. And there are no monthly subscription fees. If Apple or Google went bankrupt tomorrow, or if you lost access to your email account, you still hold every single memory in the palm of your hand.
Total sovereign physical control. Okay, when you phrase it like that, it makes the USB cable sound a lot more appealing. And they're cheap now, right?
Incredibly cheap. You can get a high-quality external drive for under $100 that will hold like 50,000 to 100,000 photos. You plug your phone into your laptop, drag the camera roll folder over, and put the drive away. It takes maybe 15 minutes every 3 months.
Okay, I'm sold on the physical vault. So we have the daily net in the cloud and the physical vault in the drawer. What makes up the final layer, layer 3?
Layer 3 is the redundant cloud for VIPs.
Yeah.
We talked about how we take thousands of photos, but realistically, maybe 5% of those are the absolute most critical memories.
The ones that would emotionally devastate you if you lost them.
Exactly. You want to mirror those specific VIP photos to a completely separate third location.
Where do we put them?
The BeSecurityAware.com guide suggests several clever options that you might actually already have access to. If you pay for a Microsoft 365 subscription for your home or office, it actually comes with a massive amount of storage in Microsoft OneDrive. Yeah, you can just create a folder there and drop your VIP photos in.
Oh, that's smart. Utilizing storage you're already paying for.
Exactly. You can also use traditional photo printing websites, places like Shutterfly, Snapfish, MPIX, or even Walmart Photos. You create a free account, upload your most precious albums to their servers, and just leave them there. If your phone syncs in a canal and your primary cloud account gets hacked, this third layer remains totally isolated and untouched.
I love the elegance of this 3-layer system. But I want to play the role of the listener who is feeling a very specific type of anxiety right now.
Lay it on me.
The theory is great, but if I look at my phone right this second, I have, let's say, 10,400 photos. Most of them are blurry. A lot of them are screenshots of recipes I never made or pictures of where I parked my car at the airport 3 years ago.
We all have those.
Right. And the thought of sorting through that massive, unorganized digital hoarding situation just to set up this backup system, it was completely paralyzing. I'm just going to put it off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes next year.
And that psychological paralysis is the exact reason millions of people eventually lose their data. We take 10 times more photos today than we did in the era of film, which creates this massive burden of curation. Don't organize, just protect.
Don't organize, just protect. Wow, that is incredibly freeing.
It is vital. Organization is not the goal here. Protection is the goal. Do not waste a single second of your life trying to put your photos into neat little themed folders or deleting bad selfies before you back them up. Storage is cheap. Your time and your memories are not.
That's a great way to look at it.
Right. Take the whole messy, chaotic, unorganized mass of 10,400 photos and protect it as one giant block.
So just turn on the cloud sync for everything, plug in the physical drive, and drag the entire messy camera roll folder over.
Yes. Just drag it over. Set a calendar reminder to do it again in 3 months. That is all it takes. It requires 20 minutes to set up the whole system today and maybe an hour total per year to maintain it.
An hour a year versus losing a decade of your life's visual history. When we break down the mechanics of how fragile our phones really are and how precarious a single cloud mirror is, it's not even a choice.
The alternative is losing everything simply because you never got around to organizing it first. That is a terrible trade-off. If you implement those 3 layers, the daily net, the physical vault, and the redundant cloud, you are virtually bulletproof against digital disaster.
So what does this all mean for you, the person listening? It means it is time to take action. Today is World Backup Day. There is literally no better time to put this 3-2-1 system in place. And we want to highly recommend that you visit BeSecurityAware.com.
Strongly recommend it.
They provided the incredible, deeply human insights for today's deep dive, and their site is just packed with straightforward, actionable tips to help keep you and your family safe in an increasingly complex digital world.
They do a phenomenal job of taking complex security concepts and making them accessible and relevant to our actual daily lives.
We started this deep dive talking about Christy, standing on a gondola in Venice, watching her device and all the memories trapped inside it sink to the bottom of the Grand Canal. And I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over as you go about the rest of your day.
It's an important one.
Somewhere on your phone right now is a photo you would be utterly devastated to lose. It might be a mundane shot of your kitchen table or a blurry video of someone you love laughing. You might not have even looked at it in months. But if your phone died today, if the screen went black right now and wouldn't turn back on, it is the very first thing you'd think of, the first image that would flash into your mind. Do you know which photo that is?
Think about it.
You still have it right now.
Yeah.
Back it up before you don't.